Hey, what's up, traders? This is the watch list video for Friday, May 20th. As most of you know, I've got family in town, hanging out with family, having a fun week, trying to still make the videos every night for you guys and trying to participate in the mornings. But for the most part, I'm doing next to nothing as far as trading goes. I saw a tweet from Wayne just now where at the end of the day he wrote in chat, described today's action, and the replies are pretty funny. Sucked, sucketh, chop fest, whippy, range bound, sideways market, no edge in anything. Somebody said, what action? Somebody said an EKG, and somebody said do something else. And I also noticed in chat, and I don't know what it was alluding to, but when I got back, I saw the words, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. And I don't know why, it just really made me laugh. God knows what that was an answer to, but I want to say it was maybe Chris MU. I don't have it in front of me right now, but anyway, it's one of those days, an Ovaltine day, we'll call it. So there's a SPY, gap down today. Looked like it rallied and then ended up closing about where it opened. It does look like quite the chop fest for the overall market. So let me go right into what I'm watching for tomorrow. SKYH is holding up pretty well. If we get back through today's high, which will be 1032, you look to the left and say, well, maybe it'll take out that 1065 and maybe challenge this high, right? Because you have a series of lower highs. And then maybe we get some kind of flag below 10 tomorrow, so we can take that, then hopefully get the 10 break, then hopefully get the 1032 and so on. So sometimes whole numbers like that in a nice chart can yield an even better setup when we, when it's trading the next day. So we'll see. Anything can happen, but maybe we get a nice setup that those dominoes will start falling after that. So anyway, NURO, massive volume, very strong stock. We're going to watch that one tomorrow for a follow through day. AFRM, for me, I think it's still interesting. It had the gap up on earnings. It's really beaten up into earnings and then had the gap up and really just chopping sideways. So I'm just going to put it on long watch. Man, what was that stock? I just saw one that ripped today. Crud, maybe I'll think of it. That I had just taken off the watch list. Was it DVAX? Yeah. So I had this on watch for a couple days after the gap up and then quit watching it. And then I see that it did that today. So that kind of sucks. So then I looked at the intraday to see if I really missed anything. And I would argue nice pop, pull back, second mouse through 10, right? And then it was off to 11 something. But I didn't have it on the watch list, didn't have it on a chart. So anyway, there's an example of taking something off the list and then missing a trade. So with that in mind, I'll go back to AFRM. I'm going to keep that one on watch. VVPR had a big day. See if it gets a follow through tomorrow. PARA had the pop. Then kind of a failed secondary day, but then next thing you know, it's curling right back up again. So I'm put that on long watch. I keep thinking that was a Warren Buffett investment is what sparked it 3 days ago. I could be wrong, but anyway, it's holding up pretty well. NUTX had this nice 2-day run, had a big run back here, had a monster run back here. Looks a little bit like Sky H, right? Anyway, yesterday's high, 897, and today kind of a quiet inside day that topped out at 829. So we'll see if we get a third day play there. PPS, I don't love this because the volume today, 479,000. But it looks a little bit like that DVAX had the gap up and now chopping sideways. So we're going to keep our eyes on that one. NNOX gap down, had a very strong kind of bullish engulfing candle. When I say bullish engulfing, usually you mean like of the previous day, but this is kind of a 2 weeks worth of trading, gap down below and then rip through. So a 2 week bullish engulfing candle. I'm just not wording it properly, but it's certainly interesting for a possible follow through tomorrow. GME, GameStop had a pop, and it's really kind of coiling sideways. So I want to watch that one again, and AMC. They're both kind of holding up really well, and I've kind of been keeping my eyes on those two. AUST, which is a weird stock because it looks like when it came public, it went all the way to 29. I'm not saying it should have, but now it's down here around $2. And I saw some traders on Twitter talking about it this morning. It did make a big run, and you could argue it held up pretty well. So if you want to take the attitude that, hey, this was 29 a few days ago, it does have a nice sideways base now and nice volume today. So maybe it does have a follow-through day. Let's see, a couple more. I'm going to put Walmart, WMT, right back on bounce watch. We got another red day. You guys know my favorite setup will be a narrow range and an afternoon high of day break, but maybe we get a gap down, bounce play setup or something else as well. A quiet midday entry. We talk about all those in the course. Most of you know them. And then lastly, BBWI, which is Bath and Body Works. and it's kind of got like a 4-day shape change here, and the volume and the candle kind of reaching out to each other here. So a pretty good chart look for a possible snapback bounce tomorrow. So I'm going to put that on Bounce Watch as well. Short and sweet this week. I'm done babbling. I'll see you guys in the chat room in the morning.